Girl, I'm old. Like, I know I'm not that old, but in internet terms, I'm old. Like, I'm what the kids call an unk. Hi, I'm Unk Nikan. And by the time that you're watching this, I'm officially 33 years old. Yay, I'm closer to not being alive. Naturally. Even though by the time I'm recording this, in the past, I'm still 32 years old. Yay, I guess I'm still like holding to my youth. Youth, if you can call it that, even though I feel like so, but I guess not many people think that way. Let me explain. There's like a taboo or like a stigma or like an idea that people beyond 30 years old hurt on many sides of their body, like their bones or their hips or their joints or their life and stuff. And I just don't like, I don't identify as a decrepit 30-year-old. Like that must be something, a non-binary thing, I don't know. But that has taught me that people past 30 years old, it's really boring. And it's not just that excuse about their physicality, it's their ideals, their likings, their hobbies, their ways of interacting and meeting with people. It's like when they turn 30, like a switch goes off and they turn like the most boring people in the world. It's amazing, it's crazy, and I feel like crazy talking about that. Having a couple of years past 30 about the people that are 30. Again, have you noticed? Well, I have not considered that maybe, perhaps, people watching this video have not reached the age of 30. In that case, you may have not heard those arguments of people past that age, so let me warn you. And if you're watching this video and you are way past the point of no return of the 30s, please listen to me. At least once. Because I don't know, people beyond 30 don't like to listen to new opinions. Nor from their peers, and neither from people younger than them. It's even worse when somebody else younger gives them an idea and the people beyond 30 says, no, new idea, I don't like it. I know younger people are immature and their ideals are still forming, I know, but listening to them and their ideals gives you a new perspective that your 30 or beyond year old head perhaps is not seeing. That makes me think about a trend. I don't know if it's a trend, but it's a way of living life past 30 have said, and I have heard, that they don't like to meet new people. Like, the necessary people in their life have already come to them before they were 30. Everybody else that comes after, it's like an acquaintance, a business partner, or a one-night stand or sorts, or like, I don't know. But they are no longer open to receive new people in their lives, and don't even think about people under 30. Those kids. Not only that, as I said, people past that magical, horrible number of age always express their discomfort moving and performing physical things. Or perhaps it's a me thing? I don't know. I cannot say that I have the most active lifestyle, not at all. I'm a writer and I'm a cartoonist. I spend all of my days, all day, being seated, a little bit like hunched, I guess, drawing. But whenever I have to go to eat or to buy stuff from the store, I get up, I stretch, and then I walk, and I feel like cool. I don't feel like my body is like regressing into a racing. Yeah, I guess it's a me thing. What can I do? No, but it's for real, for real. Whenever I have tried to speak with my peers and my colleagues over 30 about stuff, they immediately turn that conversation into a business talk or something that looks for something convenient for them. And sadly, I have taught to do the same. I only speak to people beyond 30 in order to ask if they have a job, so I can do it as a freelancer or something, or to exchange information about very specific stuff regarding job or money. Whenever I try to recommend them like an anime or a series or a cartoon to watch, they always say like, yeah, perhaps I may take that recommendation, and they never do. And whenever I get the chance to ask them what are they watching or consuming, it's most likely a rehash or a rewatch or something they have already like experienced. They don't want to have new memories nor new experiences of things, and they shield behind this excuse of no, I'm way too old, this is past my prime, I don't feel like my body can withstand walking some distance to go to some place to do something, because no, why would I, even though I can go by car, I don't want to, because I want to stay in my safe space and never move from here. Dude, girl, man, woman, or whatever you would like to identify yourself, you are not 60, you're 30, you are half the way to be at the point to have those ideas or those aches. I don't know. Again, I guess it's a me thing, but what do I know? And I know the title of the video may imply that I'm looking to make more and new friends with everybody that is watching this video, and it's open to open their minds and their hearts to receive a new stranger in their life. That the idea is to soon not be a stranger but a friend at the distance and on the internet and stuff like so. And even though that idea and sentiment, it's pretty, it's not like my main goal nor concern with this video. I know I didn't try to be clickbaity, sorry, I don't think that I am, but if I am, I'm sorry. My excuse is that I'm beyond 30. So my hips, because despite of what the idea of the title may give to you, by now, at least by now, I'm currently okay with my only two friends that I have. Well, I have two friends, and if you count my wife, she's my third friend, I guess. But and currently, I'm fine with that. If in the coming days, months, or years I get to meet new people and they become important to me in my life, I will be gladly open to receive them as my friends. I would like that. But I gotta say, even though I have my three people in my life and I love them all very, very much, I find it pretty odd that having 33 years old now, I don't have much more friends than those. Allow me to explain. When I was like for real young, like a kid, like in school and stuff, I didn't have much friends, I thought I had, but the other kids that were my friends, they were actually the sons and daughters of older moms in my school that were friends with my mom, so I had to tag along with those kids. But whenever the years went by and we tried to still stay in touch with each other, I figured out that I didn't have much in common with them, even though we spent like 6 years in the same school, in the same classroom, and even outside of the classroom, because my mom and their moms were friends. And whenever we grew up, we didn't have anything to talk. I don't know if that's because while I was growing up, I was more in touch with the internet, all the world that was opening to me thanks to the World Wide Web, and I'm not just saying about the porn. And it's not to say that they didn't have access to the internet as much as I did. I know, even the title says it, a third world country. You can call it whatever you would like. I don't mind calling it like that because, yes, this country is very, very lacking in many, many ways. So yeah, third world country, it fits it perfectly. Third, like the number of my friends and my age, like 33. Wow, everything's connected. If I were to share that idea, and I know it's a nothing idea, like say, third world, 33, 3 friends, oh wow, like it's numerologically amazing, bro. Somebody beyond 30 would listen to my wow, and they would like, don't understand the joke, that it's no joke that I made with my wow, because they are more fixated with adult stuff and not having a sense of humor. I know I'm horribly generalizing people beyond 30 and saying that they don't have a sense of humor. They do. It's just not the same that I have, and tends to be called like immature. I guess. Hey, but you're talking about people that you met when you were a kid, Nikan. What about people that you met like in college or stuff? They were older. That means now that they are even a little bit older, perhaps their way of thinking have not changed that much, and perhaps they can be still as fun as they were when they were younger. I don't think so, because all my peers on age that I studied with at an older age, they turn into boring people. And I don't mean in the cliche way that, oh, they were full of light, and then when they turn into the workforce, their light like dims down and they only become office workers and something like that. There's nothing wrong with being an office worker, man. I work in the art world here in this country, where being an artist does not pay, so yeah, that's a topic for another day. But even so, artistic people around me that supposedly still have that spark of amazingness in their minds are still really close-minded in some regards. Not only in the idea of meeting new people, or not only talking about work, but they mainly talk about the fact that their body hurts and stuff like that. But I'm a little bit sorry, just a little bit, that this video, it's turning like a little bit of a rambly mess while I share my ideas and stuff like that. This is the first one of these that I'm trying to do, because I was talking to my wife and she recommended me like, hey, wait, and why don't you just record what you feel, these things that you share with me, why don't you record them, you watch them, and if you think that they could be useful to anybody else to hear, share them online. It can be therapeutic for you, and I don't know if for anybody else watching it or listening to it, I don't know, but thanks, babe. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm now on the internet. Hi. She is not 30 yet. She is about to be 28. And I love her very much. And you know why I love her? I know we just met. And we are still like strangers. But you know why? Because I can see that she has that spark that it's not gonna disappear whenever she turns 30. And not only because I know that she has that, it's also because she has me in her life, and I also have that spark, and we twinkle together, and that's lovely. And you know what's the funny part? Even though she's from the same country that I am, she's not currently here. She's abroad. The idea is that I hopefully go to her and then we continue moving in our life, and obviously that is not gonna happen now, nor tomorrow. Perhaps by the time that you're watching this video in the far future, in some years beyond, perhaps, yes, I will finally be reunited with her, giving us much love, and obviously I will be older than 33 now. But if I am also moving places, I don't know if moving countries, perhaps, I would like very much to meet new people, that she and I make new friends. I don't know why it is, this idea that when you get older, you close yourself to what you have before. That's why nostalgia is so strong, and that's why the new things, the new music, the new YouTubers, the new movies, the new, it's always wrong, and the thing in my time was always better. Shut the fuck up, old man. The world that you knew, each moment is not being the world that you knew. Each instant it's becoming a new world. And if we are not open to receive that idea, each and every single day it's gonna be just terrifying to live in. And each new place that you visit is gonna be like a horror story for you. Each new generation is gonna piss you off. Each new release of amazing new music is gonna be trash to you. But what way? Hey, Anthony, can you say a horrible world? But you live in a third world country. What's horribler than that. Well, to be honest, not many things are horrible than living here, but hey, I'm just being sincere. Wait, what do you want? There is this, yeah, also this. There is this taboo that younger people like share too much of their ideals, and that's why they are always and constantly expressing themselves, going into arguments with people, and that they don't settle in like in any middle point in any discussion, and that people older, you know, past 30 are like a little bit more like like they just share stuff like in breadcrumbs and stuff like that. And they also tend to hate the younger people for being, you know, open. That's why when I speak to my peers and my colleagues, they tend to tell me that I am way too authentic. That's the word they use. Yeah, Nikan, you are way too authentic in whatever you do. That's why blah 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 blah. And their blah 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 comes in the way of expressing that I'm way too like wow, way too wondery about the world. I'm way too curious when I speak to people, and that I show interest in the new things that I'm presented in life. No. You are way too authentic, Nikan. You have your ideas, and I can respect that you have your ideas, but I'm not obliged to respect your ideas. In that regard, I'm super happy to be in the camp of the younger people, even though if I go to the younger people, they would say, oh, Ank, you're way too old. Why are you doing here? You're not like PDF file, right? No. And that's why I can go with the younger people, because I understand those, you know, social oddities in those stuff. But when I go with people, with my colleagues and my peers in age and job, I don't find myself. They are not my people. That's why the title of the video in some way, because I guess I have the hope that perhaps if you are watching this video and you find yourself in this discomfort at this age, and not the discomfort being in your body or your bones, but in your social circle, please, I want you to know that you are not alone. There are also people like you in places, awful places, like here, because I'm here, you know? So, yeah. I'm trying to make friends at 33 in a third world country, but people past 30 are boring.